Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp.
Sad to say, I feel like shooting up. I'm breaking down. I'm terrified and want to hide away. I miss an edge where we would speak in lullabies. This time I fear my troubles may be here to stay. Yeah, maybe here to stay.
And once again, it is Friday. And what better way to start off the weekend than with everyone's favorite grandpa? Based grandpa himself. So, I don't think you guys are ready for this one. Too much wisdom coming from this man. All right. Take it away.
How many of you remember the good old days? The good old days when boys were boys and girls were girls and you could tell the difference just by fucking looking. The good old days when school started the morning with the national anthem and the Lord's Prayer. Where there was a boys' bathroom and a girls' bathroom. And there was no such thing as a fucking litter box in the corner. Those were the days when men had core values because we knew it was our inherent duty to stand up for the ladies and the children. That was our fucking duty. That's when men knew what honor and integrity and fucking loyalty and fortitude were. Those were the days when if you weren't feeling like you could make it amongst men, you had to try a little fucking harder. You didn't get to go out and join the other fucking team, crack women's skulls and break all kinds of fucking records. Unfucking believable what's happening in front of us right now. But now you're going after the kids. All of this fucking bullshit's gotta stop. And it's up to the men in this fucking country to take a fucking stand, to grab some fucking balls and stand up for what's right. Remember what your fucking inherent duty is. And we as men who know who the fuck we are in this world and in this life, we better take a fucking stand because it's our grandkids that are gonna fucking suffer if we don't. I love each and every one of you. And I strongly fucking believe that every person in this world has the right to live the life they want. But you do it behind closed fucking doors and you don't get to include the fucking kids in it anymore.
Thank you, based grandpa. Man, that guy is a living legend. For sure. Absolutely. I'm glad I found him again on TikTok. All right. On to all the news that is fit to print. All right, let's see what we got this week. Lauren Boebert lists what patriots should be willing to do, and it's something. God, I hate headlines like this. All right, what are they upset about? Far-right Lauren Boebert drew criticism for her rallying cry to so-called patriots during an event in Texas this week. Donald Trump-loving Boebert called for boldness from the audience as she listed what she and they should be prepared to do in the name of what she claimed was patriotism. Man, they cannot help themselves with the way they write about this woman, can they? Quote, "I will do what's right. I don't care if it costs me an election," Boebert said. "I don't care if the school principal gets mad at me or the county commissioners get upset at me or if the flight attendant kicks me off the plane. I will do what's right and answer the call because without righteous men and women, without patriots taking a stand for this country, our children and our children's children will not benefit from the blessings of America." That sounds totally reasonable to me. Which I'm sure is why they hate it. Critics on Twitter ripped the extremist lawmaker's comments as unhinged and slammed her encouragement to act up during air travel as irresponsible. Wow, that's all it takes to upset the media nowadays, huh? So they do what's right. Boebert's 2024 Democrat challenger Adam Frisch, meanwhile, noted his rival was neither in her home state nor in Washington amid rising alarm over the GOP's debt ceiling demands. Wow. Well, this is breaking news. Absolutely breaking news. Fantastic. Jimmy Kimmel taunts Tucker Carlson with supercut of his own dumbest segments. Wow. That's late night comedy for you. Jimmy Kimmel on Thursday highlighted a report that Fox News parted ways with Tucker Carlson after the right-wing network uncovered the host's highly offensive text messages. These text messages were said to be so offensive Fox didn't know whether to fire Carlson or to give him another hour on primetime. Kimmel cracked. Kimmel cracked. What a weird... Kimmel cracked corn and I don't care. It's easy to forget how much Tucker Carlson has accomplished over his career. He's been fired from Fox, CNN, MSNBC, and PBS. That's like the EGOT of cable news. I love how they're trying to spin this as he's a loser. Earlier this week, Carlson released an odd video in which he complained about how unbelievably stupid TV debates are, saying they mean nothing. I agree, Kimmel said. Wait until you hear about this guy named Tucker Carlson. You're going to hate him. Carlson said the big topics get no airtime on TV. Right, the big topics, Kimmel shot back. The important subjects like these. Kimmel then played a supercut of Carlson's segments. Wow. This is late night comedy for you. Just fantastic. New edition of Gone with the Wind features essay claiming book is white supremacist. More white supremacist. Nice. Pan Macmillan, the publisher of Margaret Mitchell's classic 1936 American novel Gone with the Wind, has added a trigger warning in the preface of the book's most recent publication, telling readers that the text is harmful and problematic because of its white supremacist qualities. Wow. What isn't white supremacy in today's day and age? The Telegraph reports that the publisher specifically hired a white writer. Why did they have to specifically be white? To pen an essay to accompany the trigger warning and detail the book's white supremacist elements to avoid hiring a black writer and giving them the emotional labor of such a task. Holy crap. What does that even mean? They've gone so far into anti-racism, they now refuse to hire black people because they don't want to force them to do emotional labor. Did they hire a white supremacist to write it? I'm really confused. All right. Seth Meyers spots most unnerving part of Tucker Carlson's proof of life video. Man, another late night comedian. But I'm sure his bits can be extremely hilarious. It's very chilling, the late night comedian said of the former Fox News personality's first comments since his departure from the conservative network. Seth Meyers on Thursday did a deep dive into the first video that Tucker Carlson released online following his sudden exit from Fox News. The clip was some sort of proof of life footage filmed from what I can only assume is a secret lair at the base of a volcano or a fake doctor's office from a low-budget porno. These are comedians, huh? He filmed it in his set where he does his podcast. Myers described most of Carlson's comments as utterly meaningless. Carlson didn't explain his departure, which Fox said was a parting of ways, and network insiders have described as a firing. These guys. Carlson ended on an unnerving note. when he told viewers, "See you soon." Yeah, I can't imagine the host of a show saying, "See you soon." Wow, they're really trying to make something out of this Tucker Carlson thing, aren't they? Man. The rise of the Sigma male, a new kind of toxic masculinity. Now that's what I'm talking about. Finally, some good news. How memes of a fictional serial killer turned into an unironic personality and lifestyle. Man. Over the last few months, the frown to smile expression of Patrick Bateman, the protagonist of American Psycho, has flooded my TikTok feed. Oh no. Just like many other cult classics, the movie has been rediscovered by people on the platform and remixed and reinterpreted into something radically different from the original. As of January 2022, his face even has its own filter. Wow. This is journalism, talking about memes. Men online are more lost than ever, to the point of turning an actual psychotic killer into a point of reference. Bateman is hailed for not conforming to the models of masculinity that's arisen on the Web 2.0. He's neither an alpha nor a beta. What the? This is journalism? Bateman represents a new model of masculinity, the Sigma male. Wow. I can't... This is... This is Vice News, you guys. Taking memes seriously. Wow. We'll never forget. I am, in fact, a Sigma male. All right, ladies and gentlemen. How many Sigma males do we have out there in the audience? To get ready for the weekend, I have something that I have to show you guys. We are officially in the end times. We are experiencing revelation as we speak. I don't even know how to describe this, but other than to say that it's obviously demonic and a sign of the end times. Watch this.
I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards. I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever.
So
this
you can
chip
also
is a powerhouse.
I honestly don't even know what to say. They've got this, woman trying to convince you that this is a good idea. Isn't this in Revelation? I mean, isn't this what we're supposed to be on the lookout for? And if you don't want to get the microchip, they'll give you a cookie. It's the COVID vaccines all over again. You don't want to get vaccinated? Well, we'll give you a cookie or a cheeseburger or a beer. Oh, you don't want the microchip that controls your life? Well, here's a brownie. Do you want it now? Absolute end times, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're taking precautions for the end of days, because it is a-coming. All right. In other news, this video has been going viral of a high school girl at a school board meeting talking about the the new inclusive things that they're doing so that men can use the women's restroom, all that stuff. This is a very weird timeline that we're in. Anyway, check this out. This is really depressing, but I am glad that people are actually standing up to this finally.
Good evening. My name is Claire Mossman, and I'm a sophomore at Pleasant Valley High School. Last September, about 4 weeks into the school year, I was shocked and embarrassed to learn that I had been tricked into taking my clothes off while sharing a locker room with a male student. I was very upset and extremely confused. I didn't understand how my school could do this to me. I am a Christian girl, and I would never choose to take my clothes off in front of a boy. That boy is using my locker room at your invitation, and you didn't even give me a warning or an alternative option. All I got was forced compliance. It could be any male in that locker room watching us undress. It doesn't matter who the guy is. He does not belong in my locker room. Now, I have guys right next to me in the girls' bathroom. How could you ever believe that this is okay? This is the girls' bathroom. I have been to a few of these meetings now, and it is apparent to me that you are not at all considering how it affects everyone involved. My dad called the school this week to complain about my experience with boys in my bathroom. He talked to a vice principal about it, so later that day, she called me into the office, and in so many words, I was told that if being compromised and violated was a problem for me, that I could walk clear across campus to the single-use bathroom up front. Otherwise, too bad, it wasn't my problem, it's the law.
This is what Base Grandpa was telling us about in the clip earlier.
Are we all going to walk to the front of the school being late for class, risking getting in trouble, just to be able to feel safe and honor our values, when there's a bathroom right down the hall? You continue to say that you are here to serve the students and families in this district. However, it seems that only applies to a select group of people. You have violated my privacy, you have violated my modesty, and you have violated my dignity. To other parents and adults in this room, please, we need your help. It is not just me. I have had countless other girls and guys as well come to me with their feelings and concerns about being violated the way we are. The entire student body is under assault, and the school board and administration are the ones assaulting us. Thank you.
Man, that's what a crazy time to go to high school it would be nowadays. I mean, going to high school is never, just a walk in the park, but man, I honestly never thought that the world would be like this. Who could have guessed 20 years ago that we'd be discussing we shouldn't allow boys in the girls' bathroom? 20 years ago I was like, well, yeah, that's why it's called the girls' bathroom. God. But we know what makes even less sense? The world is slowly becoming that meme of, the conservatives of 2030, and they're saying that, well, we're fully on board with transing the kids, but, being trans species is too far. We need to go back to conservative values like only transing the kids at 10 years old, not 8. I honestly have no idea what is going on, because this is a transgender person explaining that the idea of non-binary and basically everything other than trans itself is just totally crazy and made up. Which is just, it's really impressive. The mental gymnastics to not be able to see what's actually going on here. It's quite remarkable.
It's day 10 of being on the right, and today I want to talk about why I'm offended by non-binary people as a transgender woman. When I look at my own transition and just transgenderism in general, to me, I think that people are either born a man or a woman. I think some people like myself are born men, and they feel socially that they'd be more comfortable in the female binary. And they go out of their way to do surgeries to make themselves physically appear as a woman, right? Or vice versa for transgender men. When it comes to non-binary people, it confuses me because you guys don't identify as a man or a woman. You identify as either something in between or something else entirely. I don't understand how you could know what something else is besides man or woman. And every time I ask that question, no one can tell me why they feel
no self-awareness at all.
I don't understand what happens.
It's not even close.
A tomboy
but this passes for the right now.
And
this is what the right
is. Like for children to transition nowadays, anyways, because a lot of kids are tomboys or tomgirls, and I feel like a lot of parents with woke culture today would be very quick to say, "Oh, my child's trans. Let's put them on HRT when they turn 13 or 14." No, and it frustrates me when the non-binary community wants to consider themselves transgender and put them under the same umbrella term. That offends me because this
is clown world to the extreme, just out of control clown world.
Right? Like taking hormones for the rest of my life is not 100% healthy for my body, but I had to do that because in my heart and soul I knew I was not going to live a happy life as a man. So how are you, as someone who identifies as non-binary and probably doesn't take HRT? I know some of you do, but for the most part, most of you don't, I'm pretty sure. How are you going to compare your life to mine and say it's the same thing? That is very offensive to me. Am I allowed to feel that way? Because if you take out the outliers of the few who do take hormones, which I don't even know why you would if you don't feel like you're 100% a man or a woman, why would you want to take that certain gender's hormones? But regardless, for the most part, you don't, right? So what are you changing? Your pronouns? Maybe you have like some clothing that's gender non-conforming. I don't know, but I'm fine with non-binary people saying they exist, whatever, but don't call yourself transgender and say that your community is the same as mine, because I've gone through serious struggles to get to this point. And I just don't think it's comparable at all.
Good God.
Like, I feel like it's the same thing as biological women
just keeps
being offended
going.
when trans women say they're the same thing as them, when we're not.
Man, this is where we're at in society. The conservative right-wingers are now gay men and transgender women. And just absolutely no self-awareness at all. You're going to sit here and tell me that it's the non-binaries who are the crazies. How can you even know if you're non-binary? But you can't just not be a thing. How can you know? As you sit there as a man dressed as a woman. How can you know what it is to be a woman? You aren't one. Man, just a little bit. Man. Just you take that take a look in the mirror. That's it's just really bizarre. And this person is considered right-wing. Like, this is a right-winger. This is a conservative.
Because you guys don't identify.
I mean, as I said, I have no idea what the hell is going on in this world anymore. This is just it's gotten out of control. That's all I have to say about that, I guess. It is just, we've gone completely off the rails. All right, on to everyone's favorite time of the show. Biden, the man without a brain.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway,
there was actually quite a few things that I could have to choose from this week for Biden. He had a lot of gaffes, which is pretty usual. You know, it's pretty standard for Biden. But I think this was my favorite one. There was he had some like meeting where like kids got to ask him questions and he got like everything wrong. He couldn't remember what his last trip was out of the country, and it was to Ireland like 2 days before. He couldn't remember. He said he only had 6 grandkids when he actually has 7 because the Bidens do not acknowledge Hunter's illegitimate son with a stripper. Or was it a son or a daughter? I can't. But anyway, they don't recognize him. And then there was some more spelling mistakes, like the number 8. But I think this is the best one. Here is Biden explaining what we need to do in the coming election in 2024.
And turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks and the one about what we're for, because we cannot get reelect. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me. We can only reelect Donald Trump and turn
There
this
you go.
primary from a campaign.
You heard it
that's
from
about
Joe
negative
Biden
attacks and
himself.
the one
We can
about what we're
only re-elect Donald Trump.
We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me. We can only reelect Donald Trump.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard the man. It is now our duty to re-elect Donald Trump. So thank you, Mr. Biden.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
There was a lot of Biden gaffes this week, so there was too many to choose from, honestly. And while we're on the topic of Biden, I'm sure everyone, the whole country, is just ablaze with excitement that Joe Biden has launched his campaign for 2024. We are all super stoked, even though he seems to think that we should re-elect Donald Trump. But he put out this ridiculous ad for his campaign. I wonder how many takes they had to do of his voiceover to be able to splice it together like this to make it sound like he can actually talk.
Freedom. Personal freedom is fundamental to who we are as Americans. There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred. That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy. This shouldn't be a red or blue issue. To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot.
Do you think anyone's buying this? Like this voiceover? Is there anyone out there, anyone in the country, even people who voted for Biden, who actually believe
holds near and dear to you that you,
well, actually, that kind of worked out.
like
Biden, the man without a brain. Anyway, is there anyone in the country who actually believes that this is the way Biden talks? And if you notice, he's only ever on screen for like a split second, and he only ever says one word when he's on camera. Everything else is this voiceover. I'm not even entirely sure that this is an AI generated voice, like a Joe Biden voice. You really can't be sure anymore.
But you know, around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms, cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life while cutting taxes for the very wealthy, dictating what health care decisions women can make, banning books, and telling people who they can love, all while making it more difficult for you to be able to vote. When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are. The question we're facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer. I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too. This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election. Because I know America.
First super chat of the night. Thank you, Vic. Needed to take a break from this amazing Joe Biden ad. Honestly, is anyone buying this? Anybody at all? Bueller? This is not Joe Biden. No way. This is Chat GPT or something. Super chat jukebox, activate.
Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell?
Classic. It wouldn't be super chat jukebox if it wasn't Alex Jones. All right, back to this AI generated monstrosity. I can only hope that he ends it by saying we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
I know we're good and decent people. I know we're still a country that believes in honesty and respect and treating each other with dignity. That we're a nation where we give hate no safe harbor. We believe that everyone is equal, that everyone should be given a fair shot to succeed in this country.
Thank you for choosing us.
Wow, they got
Whatever
a
generation
lot of
Americans
shots
face
of
tomorrow when they have to defend democracy. Stand up
Ketanji
for our
Brown,
personal
whatever her
freedom.
name is.
Stand up for the right to vote and our civil rights.
The woman who doesn't know what a woman
This
is.
our moment.
All right, they used that clip of Biden running. Are you feeling it? Do you feel it? Feel the energy, the excitement?
We, the people, will not decide. God love you.
So if you're with me, go to joebiden.com and sign up.
Has anyone
Finish
told
this
him that
job. I know you
70% of America doesn't
Because
want
this
him to
is the
run
United States
again?
of America. There's
Has anyone told him that?
Nothing we cannot do if we do it together.
Oh, yeah, let's finish the job because it has been going swimmingly so far. Everyone is stoked. Build back better, man. It's been going great. Just fantastic. And it's slightly disingenuous there that, you know, it shows him with like construction workers and stuff. And I'm pretty sure most of the major unions don't like him. But whatever. It's time to finish the job, you guys. I guess that's going to be his official slogan now is let's finish the job. Man. Yeah, Vic, that was what I was about to say. I was about to make a joke on that. It's like, let's finish the job. It's more like let's finish her off. Let's just get it. It's over. Put it down. We have done an amazing job at destroying it, but we still have to put the final nail in the coffin. No, it's going great. He's doing great things. Everything's going great. Speaking of things going great, do you remember Harry Sissy, little Democrat shill kid who's like, what was he, 20 years old or I don't remember how old he is, but he has a buddy now. He's got a friend. I think they have a lot to say. Very important stuff. So Harry Sisson and his buddy. Prepare yourselves.
What the Republican Party doesn't understand about Gen Z is we don't like you. You claim you want to appeal to Gen Z, but you call us stupid, you say we're dumb, you say we're indoctrinated. I promise it's a losing strategy. And Gen Z is watching the Republican Party extremely closely as they destroy our environment, take rights away from women, do nothing about kids being shot in schools, and if they think they can give the middle finger to our generation and get away with it, they're sorely mistaken. What the Republican Party doesn't understand about Gen Z.
This is a very, very bizarre thing that's going on here. This approach that the Democrats are taking by hiring Gen Z influencers. God, you know, nobody likes Gen Z. I'm sorry. Even most of Gen Z doesn't like Gen Z. I mean, these have got to be the two most insufferable people in the country. I mean, good Lord. And one thing that absolutely drives me insane that I've been noticing more and more, the internet has completely changed people's speech patterns and their mannerisms and everything. This whole thing right here, the way that they're moving and talking and all this stuff is not a natural development. This is because of social media. Look at these kids. Oh, God, it's so cringe. At least when I was that age, I didn't have all this proof of how cringe that I was. That's just on the internet forever. And you know what's even funnier? Everyone was insinuating that Harry Sissy and whatever his friend is there, that they were paid, paid actors from the Democrat Party, and he was saying, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I'm not. I don't get paid. I'm not a paid actor. And then everyone just pointed out that in his Twitter account, the bio, his email is for a management company. And then so he came back out and said, well, yeah, of course I have a manager, and of course they set up events for me, and of course I get paid for it, but I'm not getting paid to, to shill for the Democrats. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You're using the management company that hires exclusively Democrat actors. Okay. But for some reason, that doesn't make him a paid shill. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but nothing that any of these people do ever makes sense. That's just Gen Z for you. Speaking of Gen Z and not making sense, and how I have no idea what's going on anymore, a new gender identity has just dropped.
It's a losing
So get out
and
your
Gen Z is watching the Republican
pen and
Party
paper.
extremely.
Oops. Guess something's still playing. Where is it? Shut up, Harry Sissy. All right, get out your pen and paper, because we're going to learn about this new gender identity called trigender. And believe me, it makes about as much sense as all the other nonsense that they always spew. This is Gen Z for you.
Okay, so I apologize for the delay, but it's Casper here, and we're going to talk about the trigender gender identity. The trigender
Oh,
gender
God, look at
identity
you.
is one where the prefix pretty much says it all. Tri meaning three. So basically, trigender people are those who have three gender identities. The most common combination would be male, female, and genderless, but that doesn't always have to be the only combination. Well, alright, thank you for watching. So next video, I'm going to discuss a more or less common known gender identity. And this one is called Hydra. So stay tuned.
I cannot wait to find out what Hedra gender is, or whatever the hell she said at the end there. I honestly don't even know what to say. So apparently you can be three genders, whatever that means. You notice how they make things up, like trigender, and then they don't even explain it. Okay, so how? Trigender is when you have three gender identities. But why stop at three? Why not 1 million? I don't. And how does that even work? It's not explained ever. I just can't wait to learn about Hydra gender and turn into a multi-headed monster, I guess, is what I'm thinking Hydra gender is. Oh, we have destroyed the youth. Only a society that is completely mentally ill would ever come up with anything like this. And yes, if you're wondering, I am about 90% sure that this is actually a biological woman. You can tell because when they have the that facial hair where it's just barely any hair at all. Most actual men, if that's all they could grow, they would shave it, and it would be embarrassing. You don't want to show people that you can't really grow a beard. But if you're a woman who thinks that you're a man, any facial hair at all is good. So they have to play it up and keep it there as this weird. God, it looks gross. Oh. I feel bad for you guys, Gen Z. I feel bad for you. In other gay news, Kevin Bacon wants your kids to be taught by drag queens.
Drag is an art, and drag is a right. Drag is a centuries-old art form of creativity, expression, and self-exploration. It's an opportunity to educate through entertainment, and it's not dangerous. At 6 Degrees, we believe in amplifying the voices of those that are experiencing injustice. So join us in supporting the ACLU Drag Defense Fund by shopping our bonfire campaign or making a gift. Designed by the amazing Mason K, Kira and I are honored to support this important fund, and we welcome you to do the same.
So thank you for that, Kevin Bacon. Why Kevin Bacon is weighing in on this, nobody knows. But just for the sake of clarity, because they say there's nothing wrong with it. It's not dangerous, and it's not it's drag is a right, and it's an art form, and it's a way to educate. Just so we're clear, this is what Kevin Bacon is advocating for.
Show off your gorgeous outfit. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Come on. All right, Queen Kiki here. You're gonna take my hand, and we are gonna walk that runway, and they're gonna throw dollar bills at you like they've never thrown them before. You ready? All right, here we go. Let's walk. Whoa. Yes, Queen. Check her out. Check her out. Oh, you're gorgeous, darling. Now take a bow or a curtsy or whatever you like to do. Oh, gorgeous. All right. My darling, would you like me to do one more song this afternoon?
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more show. And let's keep everyone on the floor because this is so effing cute. And it's like, this is like what they show off your gorgeous outfit.
So, is this something that you think that celebrities should be pushing? What in the name of... I mean, what is going on? And look at all these parents that come up at the end and they're putting dollar bills on the stage. I mean, what in the hell? This is insane. This is this is straight to jail behavior right here. So I don't know if Kevin Bacon is aware of what's actually going on or if he's just reading his lines, because I really cannot think of any reason that anyone could ever see this and not immediately think that, well, this is straight to hell with you. Send the demons back to the bowels of hell. This is not right. You inherently know that. When you look at it, you know this isn't right. So, Kevin Bacon, go to hell. Again, like I don't know if he actually believes this, or if it's just his PR team or manager or something having him say this, but damn. I gotta say, any instance where adults are trying to convince children to cross-dress so they can throw money at them, you know, it could be my bigotry, but something feels wrong here. I know, it's crazy that I would think that, but there's something's not right in this situation. All right. I don't know if anyone here watches the show The Good Doctor. I've never watched it, but this clip has been going viral because from this show. So I guess it's a show about a doctor who's autistic. I guess is the gist of the show, but they tried. It's been going viral because they tried to advocate for transgender people, and it ended up just coming off as the exact opposite of what they wanted. It's actually a pretty hilarious clip. And it definitely does not communicate what they thought it was going to communicate. Watch this.
Boy, I'm a girl.
You're transgender?
Yes.
No.
Quinn has XY chromosomes like Jared and me, not XX like you. Science says he's male.
No, Quinn has gender dysphoria. Her assigned gender is not the one she identifies with. She's mismatched, Dr. Murphy.
But biologically...
Other than biologically, how do you know you're supposed to be a boy?
Your question doesn't make sense. I'm not supposed to be anything. I am a boy. Biologically, that's it.
Okay, deep tenderness at McBurney's point.
And look at the woman. I mean, what a first of all, what a stupid question. And he was absolutely right. So I guess this is a boy pretending to be a girl. So this boy says, how do you know you're supposed to be a boy? Which that question doesn't even it's completely illogical and incoherent on every level. But look at the smug look the nurse gives, like, oh yeah, got you now.
Your question doesn't make sense. I'm not supposed to be anything. I am a boy. Biologically, that's it.
And so it's been a joke and a meme for a long time that whenever transgender women say transgender women are women, and then you make some a joke about how make sure a joke about having testicular cancer or talking about getting your prostate checked, the usual jokes. Like the joke graph meme that's been going around of saying, incidences of testicular injuries in women's sports, and it's 0 all the way up until 2020, and then it just shoots up through the roof. So these are obviously very well-known jokes, right? I mean, it's the obvious joke to make. That's actually how this this scene ends. You're not going to believe this. This is... somehow they thought that this was going to be somehow play well as a pro-trans thing. They actually did the meme. This person who thinks that they're a girl has testicular cancer. You can't make this up. Somehow they were not aware of the meme. I don't know.
Okay, deep tenderness at McBurney's point. Could be acute appendicitis.
Murphy, get imaging to confirm.
Hello. Do you wear dresses?
Murphy? Don't.
Quinn is a boy who thinks he's a girl. I want to know why he thinks that.
Sometimes I wear dresses, but sometimes I wear leggings.
Do you like the color pink?
I'm more of a purple girl.
Do you play with dolls?
Since I was 5, but I'm super into mermaids.
Do you take dance?
God, this is just so painful. Do people actually watch this show? Right here, watch this. Well, I'm telling you, it's hilarious.
Do you think he's complicated or confused?
Dude, you gotta quit calling her a he. We're never going to win this competition if you're disrespecting our patient. Don't they have transgender people in Wyoming?
Okay, transgender patient care was not part of my medical school
No, they do not have
curriculum.
transgender people in Wyoming.
No.
Quinn doesn't have appendicitis. He has testicular cancer.
She has testicular cancer. This is a bit from Babylon Bee, man. Man, that is... Even when we're sitting here talking about testicular cancer, the guy's still saying, she has testicular cancer. What a bizarro world we live in. Man. And it's not getting any better, it seems. But at least these people just are not very good at their own propaganda, because that is hilarious and does not play to the trans rights group at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, like the stream, donate on the PayPal, check out the merch, and, of course, in honor of me starting my AR-15 build on Monday, the Swamp Armory merch will be out. There will be 3 hats and a t-shirt. I hope you're ready for that. Okay, the new way that we're wrapping up every Friday show is with some submissions. So you can always email me. I think the email is in the description of this stream. If it's not, it is linked on the channel somewhere. But you can send me an email, join the Discord, put it in the video submissions, or tag me on Twitter, and I will react to it. And this is one that has been sent to me a couple different times by several different people. It might be one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen, but that's not very surprising because that's pretty much everything that we watch on this channel is the most disturbing things I've ever seen. That's what I should rename the Friday show, the most disturbing things I've ever seen. So this is a man named Jonathan Jolly. And some of you guys already know what this is. And man, it's something.
And with that, the 2022 season comes to an end. Good night.
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right, 2 a.m. summer night, I don't care, hand on the wheel, driving drunk, I'm doing my thing, rolling the mid beside him now, living my...
So yeah, in case you don't get what's going on here, this guy has turned his son into a trans girl, and she's 7. And just, you know, a side note, things that used to be inappropriate that now no one cares about is, did you notice that song too? It's like he's playing this song and he's showing like he's spending time with his kid and the song's talking about driving drunk. That's something that, you know, in a different era, that would have been the inappropriate, shocking thing about this. But no, that's not it's worse. That just goes right past people now. No one even thinks about that. So this guy is freaky as all hell. Yeah, look at this dude. Oh God. And why is he standing like that? I have so many questions. And I will never get answers to them, I'm sure. But here he is explaining how he I don't even know how to describe this. The story of his trans kid. This is oh, TikTok's acting up. Hang on. And his voice is just unbelievably annoying. But I guess you probably would have guessed that just by looking at him. But here he is explaining this whole transgender kid thing. What a world, man.
Before Edie came out to us and we as a family went on this journey together, we had no experience or understanding of what it meant to be trans. I still can't help but imagine my 2 daughters being married and my 2 sons marrying. Either of my children became gay, I'd be like, okay with that, that's fine, no problem. But if them change their gender identity, I would be paused for a moment and I would have to evolve. It wasn't easy to change my entire perception of gender. I was in my 40s and I'd lived a life with a set of ideas and my own ignorance of what trans people's lives are actually like. Edie doesn't want to be trans. She just wants to be a girl. As things progressed over the years, we decided to seek out professional help in the form of a gender clinic. There's so much noise in the media about trans children and the danger surrounding them. We were more than a little concerned. And then we got the news. We were doing exactly what Edie needed. We were supporting her and loving her, and other than that, there was nothing else to do. Now in a few years, we will be in a different position and some difficult choices will need to be made. That's a long way off. I hope this helped.
No, Jonathan, it did not help. That was the most insane psychobabble I've ever heard. And since this guy is, an influencer, podcaster, whatever, internet personality, it seems very clear that he's been planning this for a long time. And, because, he's got these videos of him, where he was showing there of what I guess his older podcasts or something, where he's talking about, I'd be okay with gay, but the gender thing, I'd have to evolve and learn and, blah, 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 blah. It seems to me, we all know that it's, the parents making the kids be trans. That's obvious. We already know that. But this seems even worse. Like, it's actually even worse because he clearly has been planning this, presumably from before the kid was even born. And it's all right there. The evidence of it is right there. He basically talks about it. Yeah, straight to jail. I don't know if he adopted these kids or I've never seen in any of his videos there be. Oh, no, there's one video that has what I guess is the mom. Yeah, it's absolutely disturbing. Yeah, but I guess there is a mom. I thought for sure he was just a gay single dad adopting all these children, but yeah, it's very clear. He's been planning this from the beginning, and he's talked about how he's been planning it, and now he's got 3.3 million subscribers since his son came out as trans. It just so happened. What are the odds? What are the odds of that? And that is why Jonathan today is canceled. I don't know. It started feeling like the daily cancellation there at the end. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's been a good one. Again, reminder, donate, PayPal, Super Chat, merch, all the good stuff. I think that's it. I think that's the show. Unless I got anything else, let's double check. You know what? Let's bookend this with one more clip from Based Grandpa. We'll let Based Grandpa send us off into the weekend.
And now they tell us that we're no longer allowed to use the word pedophile. We're to use minor attracted persons instead because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings or perhaps see them segregated from society somehow because they are sexually attracted to minors or little kids, if you will. What about the minors? What happens to the minors when they don't enjoy their encounter with the minor attracted person? What happens to the minor? Who's going to be there for them? Who's going to help them through their teenage alcoholism and drug abuse and their self-abuse and their suicidal thoughts? Who's going to help them when they somehow find themselves segregated from society because they can't cope with the guilt and the filth that was left with them by that minor attracted person? What's going to happen to them? I want to know. If Psy can somehow prevent one child in this world from having to endure the life that I have, carrying the open fucking wound left in me, the filth, the guilt, the sounds, the fucking look in his face, If I can somehow prevent one child from carrying this shit, then I will stand on the top of every fucking roof in this world and scream, leave the kids alone, or you're gonna reap the fucking whirlwind.
What an absolute badass. Thank you, Based Grandpa. All right, everyone. I hope you have a good weekend. My name is Swamp, and I will see you guys next time.